Okay, so hey guys, it's KMCers. I am Kirsten and welcome back to another true crime video. In today's video, we are going to be talking about a little boy named Eli Hart. So let's just jump right into this sad story. Eli Keith was born on December 15th of 2015. He was 6 years old. This happened in Mound, Minnesota. His parents were Julissa Thaler and Tori Hart. And there's no indications on if he has any siblings. But he was described as an amazing person. He was always smiling, always full of energy. He was very outgoing. He always wanted to be everybody's friend. And his smile and laugh would light up the whole room. He was happy and joyful. He loved to play with his Matchbox cars. He also was recently learning how to fish, and he had a pretty good talent for it, as him and his dad, who was a bait shop owner and had been fishing all of his life, took him fishing for the first time, and that kid outfished his dad. So he was really good at fishing. So now let's just talk about the whole incident that led up to what happened. He was about 4, I want to say. His parents were going through a massive custody battle. Julissa had a lot of mental breakdowns in 2020 and 2021. She ended up leaving Eli naked amongst broken eggs, filthy, rotting garbage, and even in a flooded bathroom. 3 months later, Julissa heard voices, and Eli was found home alone with cuts, matted hair, and no hearing aids, which he had to wear due to a genetic disease that he was born with. And in January of 2021, he was placed in the foster care system due to concerns about Julissa's mental health and her living conditions, and also her criminal history. And records show that she repeatedly lied to caseworkers, false court documents, even failed drug tests, and committed some crimes, even so much to stalk Eli's foster parents. So despite all of what Julissa was doing, the court had decided to give her full custody of Eli. And 10 days later, on May 20th of 2022, Eli was found dead. Let's just talk about the investigation on everything that had happened. The Orano police received a 911 call of a suspicious car that had a damaged tire and a broken rear window. And Julissa was stopped in that car around 7 in the morning. She had blood on her hands, her face, and even her clothing. They also looked in the back seat and saw a bullet hole along with some shell casings. She told the cops that the blood that was on her hands and stuff was from her removing her tampon. They also suspected her body tissue, but she had claimed that it was a deer that she had got at the butcher's place, so it was deer meat. These concerns gave the police probable cause to search the vehicle that wasn't going to be operating after the stop. They weren't allowed to say that it was safe for the road. So they ended up giving her a ride home, and she was released. And when they decided to search that vehicle, they found a bullet hole, they found shell casings, and in the trunk of the car, they found Eli's body along with a gun, a shotgun, and he had 9 bullet wounds in his body. The police ended up going straight back to her apartment, but she was not there. They looked around and they discovered that her washing machine was running with the clothes that she was wearing, so she changed clothes when she went back home. But she was later found in the area of her apartment. In that case, she was arrested. So a witness stated that he saw her car at a gas station right before the traffic stop. The police went to that gas station and had found in the dumpster a backpack, blood and bones, and Eli's car seat. Then boyfriend at the time said that she had left the apartment and took her recently purchased gun with her to the car. She also took Eli. He said in the early morning of May 20th of 2022, Jalessa took Eli, strapped him in his car seat. She then fired 9 shots, causing fatal injuries into his tiny body. She put him in the trunk of her car, and then she was driving home, believed to be driving home. There's no indication of where she was really driving, but that was the assumption. Tori had reported to CPS on multiple times to multiple different people on multiple different occasions of his concerns for Eli's safety. But every time that they would talk to CPS caseworkers, they would always get a response saying that this is not a family court. You need to take that to court. The law does not allow us to address this unless there is physical harm to the child. Can we remove him from the home? May 19th, which was the day before, Jalessa walked into a sporting goods store and asked for a gun that was big enough to blow big holes into things. And a friend of hers said that they had been going to the gun range for a couple of weeks. She was learning how to use the gun. And that he said that she would always use a gray blanket to wrap the gun in to take it in and out of her apartment. And when the police had found in the trunk, they also did find a gray blanket in the trunk of the car. The autopsy ended up finding that Eli had shot wounds to his torso and his head. And a memorial was held at the library that him and his dad used to go to all the time. And during that memorial service, Eli really wanted to be a firefighter when he grew up, and so the Mound Fire Department had dedicated a helmet and named him as an honorary member of the fire department. And Jalessa's boyfriend at the time was arrested in connection to Eli's death, but they had no evidence to hold him, so he was released. The newest thing to this whole case is that a search warrant was issued because there was questions on why the police department had let Jalessa go before discovering the body, before even searching the car. So this is what happened during the trial. Jalessa's ex-boyfriend at this point had testified that she had an argument with Eli the night before because he didn't want to go, and that kind of prompted her anger towards Eli in the first place on why she took the gun and took him and went to a place and shot him. On January of 2023, Jalessa was found guilty on first degree and second degree murder. Tony has filed a wrongful death lawsuit against the Dakota County employees that had released Eli in the custody of Jalessa, but that trial isn't scheduled until next year in 2024. But in February of 2023, she was sentenced to life in prison without parole, and she still to this day remains that she was innocent in this whole thing, which really doesn't make sense because the body was with you when you know. But the family of Eli, Eli's dad Tori and his new wife, and their family has made a GoFundMe to build a memorial park in Eli's name, as he just loved the playground. So that's what they're trying to raise money for. So I will have that linked down below if you have anything to go help this family get some closure. I think that this would bring them a lot of peace. But if you cannot, just go ahead and share this video. That would be helpful as well. So I'm just going to leave you with some photos of Eli. If you like the true crime videos and want to see more of them, give this video a thumbs up and comment down below what case I should do in the future. And subscribe if you haven't already, and turn on the bell notifications so you're notified when we post every single Tuesday and Friday. This is KMC Whatever, and I will see you in the next video. Bye guys.